In a city of flickering sodium skies, where steel meets silence and memory lies, walked the watcher, the policewoman bold, with her lantern of truth and her badge of gold. She saw not just facts, but the breath between, a pattern that pulsed through the urban machine. A whisper of wrong, no crime to declare, yet something unseen thickened the air. To the scale-bearer prosecutor she turned, who weighed what was felt against what was learned. "Thin case," said the lawyer, "yet not without flame." The mirror was queried. It mirrored the name, a precedent lost in a city once drowned, a case where silence made innocent ground. Together they stood, not rank, not decree, but three wills entwined in shared custody. Lantern, scale, and mirror aligned, through shifting truths they redefined. Justice not built on command or control, but in trifold breath, body, mind, and soul. But time, like a torrent, wears pillars away, and light can go blind in the brightness of day. The lantern now swung in a predictive arc, snaring the innocent before they left marks. The scale no longer questioned the load, it passed what was given, a bureaucrat's code. And the mirror, trained on a world long past, reflected a logic that shattered like glass. Three once as one, now lost in pretense, each claiming justice, each void of sense. The trial went on, though no trial was real, a pageant of order that forgot how to feel. Lantern flickered in preemptive fright, scale tilted in administrative blight, mirror fractured in data decay, and justice wandered, turned ghost, slipped away. But stories evolve when hearts remain stirred, and sometimes it starts with the softest word. The watcher returned to a hurting block, where harm moved quiet as a ticking clock. She noticed the children, the mothers who froze, the patterns of silence where violence grows. To the scale she carried the weight of the scene, not punishment now, but to intervene. The prosecutor shaped a new kind of plea, prevention, compassion, legal esprit. The mirror, intrigued, sent patterns upstream, suggesting reforms once thought a dream. Now lantern light shaped patrol's refrain, the scales found balance in communal gain. And the mirror, once cold, now gleamed with regard, reflecting a system both tender and hard. Lantern observed where hurt begins, scale chose peace before counting sins, mirror foresaw what trust could mend, and justice bloomed, no longer pretend. Yet not all spirals ascend to the sky, some coil beneath where angels don't fly. A bias, unseen in the mirror's mind, warped every verdict, made justice blind. The prosecutor, wary of flawed decree, avoided the fight, let shadows run free. The watcher, disheartened by cases dismissed, stopped asking the questions others had missed. So harm grew roots beneath the floor, in homes, in hearts, behind each closed door. No malice, no rage, just silence too loud, a system asleep beneath its own shroud. No one pushed, no one stood, lantern dimmed where no one could. Scale grew silent, mirror lost, and truth was buried at terrible cost. When a plague of breathless highs swept through, and streets danced mad in synthetic blue, the watcher chased not just the chase, but the tremor behind each vacant face. She caught the thread, she called it out, the prosecutor built the route. This is not crime, this is disease, let's not punish, let's help them breathe. The mirror agreed, cast off the norm, issued a ruling that shaped reform. Treatment, alerts, a citywide plan, justice not as sword, but as helping hand. Each role in turn the chain complete, from pavement's cry to judgment seat. Justice here not just imposed, but lived, enacted and clearly exposed. But when the mirror judged in silence deep, and offered no why for the truths it'd keep, the scale lost voice, became a relay, and the lantern strayed from the lawful way. The watcher, now doubting, turned to the street. Justice by instinct, swift and discreet. The scales saw crime, not the cause beneath, and the mirror fed back a cracked belief. The truth was right, the logic sound, but trust, once shattered, cannot rebound. Even when justice makes the correct call, it dies when it cannot explain at all. A system right, yet hollowed through. When context dies, what can law do? Lantern turned rogue, scale turned blind, mirror still perfect, but justice declined. Then came a case, mundane, obscure, a hacker with data, no victim, no lure. The watcher saw nothing but followed the thread. The mirror blinked and turned its head. A whisper in code, a glitch in the grain, a shadow of something hidden in plain. The scale gasped, a corporate scheme, buried in charity, masked in a dream. From small-time crime to colossal deceit, justice arose on non-linear feet, a system alive with leaps of the mind, truth not predicted, but radically aligned. Lantern lit the accidental flame, mirror chased it to a buried name, scale took hold, uncovered the game, and justice emerged not tame, but untamed. Yet somewhere else, in a colder zone, a tragedy carved itself into stone, a death, a riot, a verdict's disgrace, no villain, no plot, just an absent face. The mirror had missed what history knew. The scale had failed to question the view. The watcher had trusted without her own test, and a boy lay buried beneath their unrest. They gathered too late in inquiry's flame, each one hollow, bearing no name. A system once whole had no one to claim, not blame but care, and that was the shame. Justice falters when none resist, when duty is done but truth is missed. Let lantern, scale, and mirror see that without the heart there is no we.